It was an ordinary Sunday afternoon when my quiet life was abruptly interrupted by the jarring sound of the doorbell. Living alone meant visitors were a rarity, especially unexpected ones. As I approached the door, my mind grappled with the possibilities, a delivery perhaps, or maybe a neighbor needing help. But nothing prepared me for the sight that greeted me as I swung the door open. Standing there, as if time had played a cruel joke or a miraculous blessing, was my best friend, Alex, looking exactly like he did a decade ago. Not a single line etched on his young face, the same boyish grin tugging at the corners of his mouth. I stood there, momentarily paralyzed by disbelief, my heart racing with a strange mix of fear and joy. "Hey, Chris," he said, casually, as if he'd just left my house yesterday. Words failed me as I struggled to process the scene. "Alex? How? Where have you been?" was all I managed to stutter. Alex chuckled, a sound so familiar yet now wrapped in mystery. "That's a story for another time. Right now, I want to hear about you." A decade's worth of memories, assumptions, grief, and acceptance flooded my mind as I ushered him into the living room. The last I heard about Alex was a vague rumor that he had left for some experimental research abroad, then silence. His sudden disappearance was a wound that never quite healed, and now, here he was, as if stepping right out of a time machine. Over coffee, we talked about everything except the one thing I was dying to know, what had kept him trapped in time while life had dragged me through its usual grinds, college, meaningless jobs, relationships that never took off. Yet, the joy of seeing him overshadowed the deep, nagging need for answers. As the day dwindled into evening, curiosity finally broke through. "Alex, you look, well, the same. What happened out there?" He set his cup down, his smile now tinged with a hint of melancholy. "I can't explain everything, Chris. But what I can say is, I've been part of something incredibly unique. It was like being stuck in a snapshot of time, no aging, just learning." He paused, seemingly weighing the limits of what he could share. "I was involved in a project that explored human consciousness and perception of time. Things went wrong, or right, depending on how you look at it," he added with a cryptic wink. The vagueness was maddening, yet strangely fitting. His return felt like stepping into a science fiction narrative, one where straightforward answers didn't exist. "Will you stay?" I asked, fearing his apparition-like presence would vanish as unexpectedly as it appeared. Alex nodded, a light twinkle in his eyes. "For as long as I can," he assured me. "We have a lot of catching up to do." That night, as the moonlight crept through the slits of the blinds, I lay awake pondering over the impossibilities of the day. My best friend's return was enshrouded in enigma, yet it was a chance to mend the gap left in my life 10 years ago. As sleep claimed me, a thought settled. Perhaps some mysteries in life were meant to be just as they were, unanswered, freeing us to simply cherish the moments we are given. And with Alex back, it felt like the best kind of mystery, one I was willing to embrace.